Alrighty, so the next step is to take a look at our original file, and we're simply going to go from the top onto the bottom. Um, this video will cover how to add the bullets and the bulleted items next to the bullets. Alright, so you can see I've hidden my layer 4 and 5 just so I can use the original as a guide. I'm going to zoom in by clicking view and then zoom in. Alright, the tool that we can use for the bullets is the rectangular marquee tool, the elliptical marquee tool. Alright, I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to place it above layer 4, or the layer with the man on it. The elliptical marquee tool allows us to make circles and ovals. If we hold down the shift key, it confines our shape into more of a circle. So I made it to the left of the original just so I can get the shape close to the original, and for me that's close enough. If you're a perfectionist, you might want to make it a little bit better. I'm going to choose edit and then stroke. 1 pixel will probably be okay. I'm going to set the color to black by clicking and dragging into the bottom right hand corner, or really anywhere on the bottom. And for location, I'm going to choose outside. What the width does is determine the size of the stroke. Color determines the color of the stroke. For location, inside means here you see I have a selection. So if I choose location inside, the entire stroke is going to appear inside of the stroke. I'll go ahead and let you see a look. Show you how that looks. When I click OK, here's the stroke. It's at 1 pixel, so it's not the easiest thing to see. Let's choose select, deselect. Alright, and there's our stroke. It's sort of thin, so I'm going to go edit, step backward to undo that deselect. And we're going to leave that like it is. Alrighty, and next we'll go back to edit and stroke. Alright, so back at the location, if I choose center, it's going to, for example, if you choose 2 pixels for the width, then 1 pixel will appear inside of stroke, 1 pixel will be outside of the stroke. And outside means that both pixels will be outside of the stroke. I'm going to choose center since we already have 1 pixel stroke already. And let's take a look to see if this is thick enough. We'll choose select and deselect to get rid of our selection. It's not too different. 1 more stroke, changing that to 3 strokes would be a little bit better. So let's go select, deselect, or reselect rather, and choose edit and stroke. Three pixels. And this just shows how oftentimes when you're designing is trial and error. In this case, on this particular file, there's going to be some trial and error because you're trying to mimic something that's already there. We're going to stick with this no matter what it looks like. I choose select and then deselect to get rid of our selection. Now simply use the move tool. The move tool allows us to move the currently activated or selected layer, which in this case is going to be layer 6, as we see here. Layer 6 is blue. That means it's our active layer. So I can click and drag. I don't have to move my mouse on top of the circle. I can click and drag anywhere, and it's going to move the circle that we just made. Okay, so I put that in place according to our background layer. Now I've already created that ring 1 time. I'm not going to make it 2 more times. Instead, I'm going to duplicate the layer that has the original on it. Alright, at this dialog, click OK. We have the move tool still selected, and the active layer is the copy that we just made. So I click and drag down and duplicate this layer 1 more time to give us the 3rd bullet. Click OK on the dialog box and click and drag for the 3rd bullet. It snaps, or it should snap too, so you don't even have to hold down shift, but if you have issues with that, then you can hold down shift and it'll keep that proportion, or rather it'll keep that in line going straight down. So here I have 3 layers with the bullets on them. If I hold down shift, I have the first layer selected. I'll show you how to do it holding down control. So if you hold down the control key, you can select multiple layers. Alright, so now I have all 3 layers selected. If I right click on any of the layers, this menu pops up and I can choose merge layers. The layers that I want to merge are going to be the 3 layers that I have selected. Okay, so now all 3 rings or bullets are on the same layer.